Good morning, Truth Tribe. How are you doing today? Just a little clip of this free video report that you will have access to if you subscribe over here. Here it is. Morning, Eleanor. Thanks for joining. Thanks everybody for joining. So just going to get rid of that now. And today we're going to talk about the metaphysics of love. The metaphysics of love. Good morning, darling. How are you doing today? I hope all is good. Just a second, if you bear with me. Here we are. All right. So greetings. Hi everybody. How are you? So because we're going to talk about the metaphysics of love today, we're going to set it up with a nice song from the 80s. I think we all know it. It's A Groovy Kind of Love by Phil Collins. Here we go. Welcome and enjoy. Hi, Tamara. Morning, guys. If you are interested in the metaphysics of love and you think that your followers will be too, then go ahead and share. Indeed we do. We do have a groovy kind of love. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? So this is all about the metaphysics of love. Yes, it is. How is everyone today? You all good? Monday morning here in Cyprus. What's going on with you? Is there anybody that's new here? You're all the guys that I know. Everyone in the house is other people I know. Good. You're good. Okay, that's great. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So your share and follow options are revealed when you swipe right to left, iOS, up and down for Android. So if you want to share it, then I'll appreciate that, and thank you very much. So yeah, this is all about the metaphysics of love. So we're going to analyze it a little bit. Thank you, Tamara. We're going to analyze this whole weird thing called love. And you know what? Thank you, Georgiana. Well, thank you for sharing. What inspired this was when people started asking me, sort of like in class and in session, about love, and they'd come to class or session with a lot of issues regarding love. And it can never be a perfect thing, you know. It can be an odd thing, a weird thing. We do know that it should be an unconditional thing on the grander scale of things. But on this three-dimensional domain, it sometimes doesn't work out like that, does it? We want it to be like that. We want this kind of utopia of the way that love should actually be. But in real life, it just doesn't seem to kind of work out that way. So this is my perspective, and this comes through my experience. And so what I'm going to share with you first is, in fact, what love isn't, what it is not, or what it's only a part of. So there's bits of it that are truth, but it's not the whole truth. It's not whole. It's not holonomic. Okay. So the first thing that it's not is it's not coherent with human paradigms that dictate its rigid nature. So what I mean to say when I wrote that is that we often put certain shoulds on it, you know. It should be like this, it should be like that, it needs to fit the way I think, the way that I feel. Hi Impulse 8, thanks for joining this morning. So, you know, we have like fixed ideas about the way it should be, perhaps because of the way we're conditioned, the way we were raised, or perhaps because of certain experiences. Good morning, hi, how are you today? Certain experiences that may have been negative for us. And so we say, oh, so, you know, this kind of love should definitely not be like this. So it can make us rigid. It can make us rigid in a way. Good. Glad you're doing good. So that's one thing that it's not, okay? It is not coherent with human paradigms. So we need to transcend the human perspective of it and get somewhere a little bit higher as to what it actually is. It is not agape. Agape is the Greek word for love, and it actually means the love of man and the love of God. It is not agape, love of man or love of God. It is in part, but it's not the whole thing. It is not philia. It is not philia, which is another Greek word which means friendship between equals. So again, that is another aspect. It's another part, but it is not the whole thing, okay? So it is not philia, friendship between equals. Okay, the next thing that it is not is it is not eros, which is the kind of love when we feel passion and sexuality. It can be in part, but again, it is not the whole thing. It is not storge, S-T-O-R-G-E, which means the affection that we may have for a mother, our mother, brethren, or child. Okay, mother, brethren, or child. This is storge kind of love, which is affection. Okay, it is not. It's in part, but it is not, again, the whole thing. It is not ikiodita. Ikiodita means physical intimacy. okay, or tenderness. It is in part igiodida, physical intimacy and tenderness, but it's not the whole thing. Hey guys, One Fierce Healer, thank you for joining. Thanks very much. Where are you guys watching in from, by the way? I'd like to know, and perhaps where it is that you're watching from today. So we've said that it's not human paradigm. It's not, hey Chicago, how you doing this morning? This is Limassol Cyprus coming at you today. So it's not coherent with human paradigms. It's not Arabi, it's not Philia, it's not Eros, and it's not Storii, and it is not Igiodida. From California, Oklahoma. Hey Tom, nice to have you, and welcome. Thanks for joining. Shout out to you guys. So those are the things, Truth Tribe, that it isn't, okay? So now we're going to go into what is it? What is it? This is a very short scope today. It's just very bullet point descriptions of what love actually is and what love is not. Oh, thank you, Tamara. That's really sweet. Salik, thank you for joining this morning, my friend. So now we're going to look at what love actually is, okay? So love is something that is above and beyond all of the previous definitions that we just listed. It's above and beyond all of that, yeah? It is transpersonal. So we tend to make love really, really personal, but it's not. It's not. It's actually a photonic frequency of light particles, okay? So when we can understand the metaphysics of what love actually is, it will help us to transcend that kind of lower vibrational base of the personal level of what it is, okay? So it's transpersonal. It is also beyond logic and human emotion, beyond logic and human emotion. So when we connect to our heart sometimes, like a lot of clients or, students will say, yeah, how could I have been wrong? Because I really felt it in my heart. Have you ever said that or felt that way? That you felt something was really, really real because it was coming from your heart? Yeah? Right, but the truth of that is that we have like our human emotional based heart, right? But then we also have our higher heart. So in most cases, we're not actually engaged. We're not actually engaged in the full spectrum of the higher awareness and the higher reason of our higher super consciousness heart. It's just the human level heart, human based emotions. And the vibrational frequency of that, I would say, is kind of a lot more dense and low because everything is a waveform configuration. Hi, inspired life. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. One Fierce Healer. Love that. Love that. So our human love is of a lower vibrational frequency, but the higher love, okay, that comes from the higher aspect of our higher heart, that is the more kind of cosmic love. And that's what we want to try and retrieve, try to embody, and try to resurrect and try to reawaken, yeah? So it is transpersonal and it is beyond human emotion, okay? Here's another truth about it, about love. It's multi-dimensional, okay? So that means, do we love beyond our creed, beyond our race, beyond our religion, beyond our two genders of this world? Can we love other places, other dimensions, other beings? That is multi-dimensional love. Yeah, so it's really about embodying and exploring all these different levels of creation. Yes, love has no labels, absolutely. One Fierce Healer, what's your name, my darling? What's your name? You may have told me before, but I may have forgotten. Other people who know me know that I'm not very good with names and I need to keep seeing them repeatedly before I can remember them. Hi, Inspired Life, lovely to have you. Karuna, okay, thanks Karuna. Shout out to Karuna because she's One Fierce Healer apparently. Okay, So yes, it is multi-dimensional. Yeah, it is infinite and eternal. Okay, so this particular frequency, it has no beginning and it has no end. So on the personal level, perhaps love can, it might come to an end, like when you've ended a relationship and then you've healed from it, you no longer have those feelings towards that being or that person. But the truth about love in its true, authentic, uncompromised nature is that it is infinite and eternal. It has no beginning and no end, just like you and just like me. That is its true nature. Okay, it is also another fact about the metaphysics of love is that it is coherent and complementing vibrational frequency. It is a coherent and complementing vibrational frequency. So love is infinite and eternal. Yes, it is. And it is a coherent and complementing vibrational frequency. So what that means is that when you feel this in our, human skin suit, body, whatever, it has to be something that matches. Okay, so it will match with another being, it will match with a place, it will match with a location, it will match with somebody else's soul, or whatever the case may be. Now, what we want to be aware of with that is that depending upon where you are currently vibrating is the kind of coherent frequency that you will attract in terms of love, whether it be your friends, family, or something that's more of a intimate and personal nature. Love is coherent, and love is coherence. Yeah, so it is coherence. So it's something that you relate to, that you resonate with. Inspired Life says, like right now in this moment, I'm here. Yeah, we're all here in this moment, and that is coherence. Yeah, it's also, we can also call it serendipity, and we can also call it synchronicity. Yeah, and the word synchronicity means with time or above and beyond time. So there's no time, right? It's just being in this sacred presence, this sacred moment, experience in this moment with you all. Yes, imaste, which means we are, like namaste, but imaste, it means we are. Okay, we are in this moment. So we've just said that it's coherent and complementing vibrational frequency. So the other fact about the metaphysics of love is that it is Ieron Thelema, which means divine will. Okay, so the will of our primary creative. No, imaste is Greek. The Sanskrit version is namaste, which is I bow to the God within you as you bow to the God within me. Yes, Eleanor, thanks for pointing that up. It's Greek, and perhaps you might want to spell it for the guys in the room with us today. Please follow Elena Dando. She's an amazing chick, very enlightened being, and it'll be really cool if you all actually follow each other. And don't forget me if you're not following me. We can all follow each other here, yeah? So we can catch up with each other's broadcasts, and if we don't broadcast, we can always connect over there on Twitter. Thanks, Elena. That's Imaste. Dando 2002, connect with her. She's an amazing being of light. So, yes, it is Ierothelima, which means it is divine will. So the primary creative force, okay, of all creation, created and creating, of which we are a part, is actually the true metaphysics of love, okay. There are a lot of misconceptions about that, but that's a subject for another day. We're going to stick with the concept of love. Connect with Inspired Life too. Yes, don't forget Inspired Life. I'm not tapping my screen now to follow you now. I'll do it after I've finished so that I can sort of like keep on point and keep with our subject matter right now. Okay, so another truth about the metaphysics of love, Truth Tribe, is that it resides deep within each sacred individual. So it's something that resides deep within each and every one of us, and we need to reclaim it and rejoice in it. And this applies whether you have somebody in your life currently or not. It's irrelevant, because it's also about love for the self. Okay, so we need to love the self from this higher perspective, from this metaphysical perspective of what love actually is. So truly, I mean, we don't always start this way because we're not linear beings, okay? But ideally, it would be good if we learn to approve, acknowledge, like and love self before we love another, because if we manage to do that first, then we are going to elevate our own vibrational frequency. Share the scopes, guys, spread the love. Yes, darling, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that if you do that. All of you that are in the room with me here today. So, as I was saying, when we truly love self, then we are raising the bar, we are raising our own vibrational frequency. And then once we've done that, as a result, because of the laws of correspondence, we will be bringing back unto us, into our space, qualities of higher love, because that's just the way that it works. It's not just the law of attraction, guys. It's all of the laws, the hermetic laws. And if you want to know more about that, then please look at my previous scopes at catch.me/fusion7healing. Yes, the law of correspondence, because we are fractals of the whole. We are representatives of primary source, okay? So, yes, it would be amazing if we could actually work on processes and healings to release everything that prevents us from loving self, in order for us to be able to be the embodiment and transducers and projectors of that. Okay, now all this stuff is my work. Okay, everything that I put up here, it's all about work that I've created, blogs, you know, intuitive receptions that I have received, and I make a note of them, and I'm using these notes and these bullet points, sharing them with you so that we can all together raise our vibrational frequency. Okay, and I just want to share also where this came from. As I said at the beginning, somebody had asked me, you know, people ask me about my relationship personally, you know. So, you know, how do you guys love each other? And I couldn't quite define it, you know. I couldn't quite describe what it is that I have with my partner, okay. Now, we're not married, because I was married. I was married and divorced, and both myself and my partner are divorced from previous relationships, and we no longer believe in the sanctity of marriage, because we don't feel that we need sort of like papers or authority to confirm what it is that we have, okay. And yes, you're very welcome. And so the only reason that we have agreed to do that is if we were to emigrate and go to another country and we had to do it for legal reasons, then we would. Twin flames, no. I'm going to do a, perhaps on Blab or here also, we're going to have a nice deep chat about twin flames and soulmates and soul family and all of these issues, because there are a lot of there's a lot of misguided information about the truth about these concepts, okay. So I would like to share deep metaphysical and esoteric truths about soul family, soulmates and twin flames, but just briefly, because you mentioned that, okay, Inspired Life, twin flames can be quite a destructive type of relationship, because it means the person in question is like a mirror image of you. So there could be a lot of clash and a lot of pain. But I won't go into any more of that about twin flames, because that's not what this particular scope is about. But we will, I promise you, we will. So back to the relationship. Yes, I was trying to describe what it is, the definition of this relationship, and this is what I received. what it is that I just bullet pointed about love to you. Yeah, it is. It's very true. And these were the way. Good morning, how are you, my darling? Welcome, CJ. Welcome, CJ. Another guy you want to follow here is CJ. He's absolutely brilliant. Add him, follow, and keep the movement going. So yes, so these were the definitions that allowed me to kind of define the kind of love that we have, and that is the kind of love that we have. And it was you know, a building process, and it wasn't sort of like you know, thunderbolts coming out of the sky, sort of love at first moment kind of deal, but it is a groovy kind of love. And that's why I played the Phil Collins tune when we just began, because it's kind of, it's weird, it's quirky, it's unusual, and it's all of those things above and beyond. And so this is what I hope for you guys, that you accomplish first towards self, and then everything else is going to fall into place for you. Okay, so are there any comments or anything that you wanted to add or ask about the metaphysics of love before we exit shortly, which will be in about 5 minutes from now? I do invite you to go back and replay so that you can contemplate deeply on this subject. Or if you don't catch it within 24 hours, thanks, my darling, I really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. Or you can catch all of my previous scopes on catch.me/fusion7healing. Now, before I go, there was a couple of other things that I wanted to share with you. And one is, if I don't love myself, how can anyone love me fully? Exactly, CJ. Bullseye right there. Yeah, how can that? And this is how we come into distortions and malfunctions. I just wanted to say I feel at peace here, like I was meant to be here. Oh, that's beautiful. You're totally meant to be here. And thank you so much for being here. Tonight, my friends, what I wanted to share is that I'm actually started blabbing. And if you don't know about Blab, you want to go to blab.im. 528, is that the true vibrational frequency of love at the physical plane? There's so many different vibrational frequencies, and basically they are all love, but they just have, let's say, different attributes, okay? So different types of vibrations. It's like numbers, yeah, or sacred geometry. Everything has a different vibe. I wouldn't say that it is the one vibrational frequency of love, though. There's so many different ones. And on another scope, again, we will be talking more about vibrational frequency and how it's coded in numeric codes. Okay, we'll be talking about that, yeah? So as I was saying, tonight we're going to blab. It will be at 10 p.m. Eastern European time. So if you go to blab.im, I've actually posted it also on my on all my social media. So I've posted it along there on Twitter, which is at Fusion7Healing. I have posted it on my Facebook page, my author page. So if you go over there and like the page, I really appreciate that if you're a Facebooky person. And I've posted the Blab event that's going on this evening over there also. And if I can just find it on here for you, then I can actually show you it. And I've posted it on Too, so if you're a Too user, you'll find it there too. And also on Twitter, which is, I know, the most popular one that you guys use. Okay, so I'm just going to flip the screen to show you the link. If you want to join the Blab this evening, just hold on whilst I flip the screen a moment. Okay, so I just went into my Twitter account here so you can have a little look. So it says, join me tonight by subscribing to this event tonight 10 p.m, which is Eastern European time. And it says click here, and there is the link. So I'll just back up a little bit, and perhaps you might want to do a screenshot of that. Can you see it properly? And it tells you that the blab is about esoteric wisdoms and metaphysics, the basics. So if you go along there, click subscribe, and then when it's time for it to happen, you will receive a notification, just like we do in Periscope. Now, the difference with Blab is that it's interactive. There's 4 seats where we can all be on live in an intimate kind of setting, where we're all on live with, live picture, like you're watching me now on, but for the 4 of us. And there's also a bar to the right hand side of the screen of Blab where you can type in interactive comments also, like we do on Periscope. Only difference being is that there's an opportunity for 4 of us to be live on at the same time, where we can share a conversation, our knowledge, our wisdom, and our questions about the subject in question. So if you're not on Blab, I invite you to join me there so we can get more intimate with things, so that we can build community there also, and we can sort of like come and go to and fro from Periscope to Blab. So I really do hope that you join me there. Also, if you want to find out more about esoteric truths and metaphysics, you can drop into fusion7healing.com. And if you go to this page here, free report, freereports.fusion7healing.com, as I said at the beginning, you will receive a beautiful free video report on 7 ways to a better, more fulfilled life. And by subscribing, you'll also receive a gift of a beautiful free MP3 for you right there. Okay, Truth Tribe, so that wraps up what I wanted to talk about this morning with you. And I'd like to wish you a beautiful rest of the day, or evening, or morning, or whatever the case may be. And perhaps I will scope again this evening, but definitely will be blabbing this evening, 10 p.m. Eastern European, and I'd love to get to know you much better over there. So for now, may truth always be the guiding force that is with you. Truth out, peace out, lots of love. Namaste. Ciao for now. Thank you so much. Take care, and let's get together real soon. Hugs.